let's see, as we're just waiting now for the light to come on. Danny Bereznay on pole position, starting ahead of Duncan Hoffland. Here we go, heading in towards turn number 1. It looks to be a good getaway for Dylan Warren in behind, but Danny Bereznay is going to be able to clear Duncan Hoffland into that first corner. Dylan Warren all the way around the outside on his set. The soft compound tyres in that Alfa Romeo have the inside line now for the next right-hander and gets himself through on his former PlayStation adversary, but it is Danny Bereznay leading the way at the start ahead of Dylan Warren as they head into the twisties. There's a Red Bull off, both of them off the circuit. Shanaka Clay with a monstrous start there has now gone off the circuit, I believe that was. Daniel Shelson also sinking down the order. Ishmael Fassi is through on him there, but it has been a very hectic, very chaotic start to this Grand Prix.
It has, and Bereznay also dropped down to P15 under pressure from Istvan Pukki and Andrei Tarabukin in towards Tulem. We've got cars going 2-3 wide in towards the hairpin, but a contact by the back near the field. We've got one of the Alpines going to the back of the AlphaTauris as they all file down towards turn 12 at the front. We've got Dylan Warren looking to take lead away from Danny Bereznay to the inside line. Dylan Warren on those soft tyres. Can he take the lead away from Danny? I think he will into the brake zone. Yes, he will. Dylan Warren takes the lead of the race here on lap 1 of 28 on those softer comparative tyres. Further back, we can see Ben Stramakonyi now in the top 9. We got Fabrizio Donoso around the outside. Daniel Kjellson down at turn number 14 gets himself into that top 10 ahead of the driver on the hard tyres. He'll be swallowed up by the likes of Otis and Nicholas Longe as well. Otis 16th now into 11th place. The main thing will be to get him down in towards turn 12. No, he's not. He's going to send a move in towards turn 11. Goes Otis. Lawrence, brilliant move on the RHG Haas driver down towards turn 12. They go now. Fabrizio Donoso in prime time to try and get a move ahead of Sander van Dogen to pop himself into that top 9. Can he do so? Yes, he can. But Sander will have to try and defend it. As we can see further ahead, Shanaka Clay takes second from Danny Bereznay. So second place for Shanaka Clay. What a start that has been from him, Dan.
Sander van Dogen fighting it out with Fabrizio Donoso. I had an audible gasp at the Red Bull driver of Daniel Shelson going up the inside of Ishmael Fassi down in towards turn number 11. Both of them almost into that inside wall there, but luckily they came out with no scrape whatsoever.
Kind of starting to build up, and well, maybe the Sots had lost their competitive advantage. You can see Danny Bereznay now making a move up in towards turn 12, puts himself into P2 ahead of Shanaka Clay, who remember started down in 14th, now down into 3rd position after getting second early on, and now Dylan Warren could be under a bit of pressure from these on hard tyres.
It seems like the softs really are beginning to fall off at this point, because Duncan Hoffland is all over the rear of Shanaka Clay off the exit at turn number 20. Duncan Hoffland is going to go for the move up the inside into the braking zone. They go. The Aston Martin driver is going to get through on Shanaka Clay. So in the space of just one lap, he's lost, well, half a lap actually. He's lost now 2 places to both Danny Bereznay and Duncan Hoffland. Are beginning to go off ever so slightly, and I think that these guys know it, because Alvaro Carreton now all over the back of his former Williams teammate up the inside into the braking zone. Shanaka is beginning to sink like a stone in this race.
Job so far, and yeah, Ishmael just can't find a way through, so I think at some point he's going to start using some of his battery. Further ahead we can see Uppbeat now to the inside of Shanaka Clay towards turn 12. To the inside he goes and takes that move. Shanaka's not even going to defend it. He knows that Jarno is quicker at this point than the rest, so now all the soft apart from Dylan Warren all together sitting 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. How the strategy works, do we see any of the soft runs pick? We do. Dylan Warren straight in towards the pitch, Shanaka Clay following in, Otis Lawrence as well, and Fabrizio and Nico stays out. So 4 of the soft runners in. Nicolas Longe leads him away down towards turn 1, but we've got Sander van Dogen right behind as they head through, but no move being made.
Medium runners to close much greater, and now we're seeing further up the order once again Istvan Pukki gone at the inside of Daniel Shelson for P6 in this race. You mentioned that earlier, with all that fighting it's going to invite the likes of Istvan Pukki and Joseph Loke to go for these moves. However, Istvan Pukki actually gets shoved out wide ever so slightly by Shelson. Here comes Joseph Loke now on towards turn number 15. They go, great battling between all of these hard run of these tyres, definitely getting on in age, as now Joseph Loke sticks the nose up the inside. Contact. Istvan Pukki sent into a spin, followed by Joseph Loke. Contact between the pair of them caused by Joseph Loke going up the inside there. Yellow flags are out in that 3rd sector, but both of them luckily kept it out of the wall. Joseph Loke, I think that was a bit of an ambitious move there, and I gotta say, definitely his mistake. They'll be coming into the pit lane. Istvan Pukki for another race, once again being just sort of unlucky. Wrong place, wrong time for him. Definitely that is going to go the way of Joseph Loke in terms of penalties, I believe. Istvan really at no fault there. Istvan's going to come into the pit lane to retire the car. Very frustrated with how that has panned out for him, and his day is done.
But that gap to Philip Bereznay, it was 1.4 seconds as they come through towards turn 16. Let's see. I don't think Otis can get DRS this time around, but I think by next lap, Otis probably could get some DRS. They come through, and I think there will be some pit stops. There will. 4 drivers into pits. It will be Danny Bereznay from the lead. Duncan Hoffman is in second. Daniel Hjertsen and Philip Prescher into pits, which means Ishmael Fassi takes the lead ahead of Barry Burman, who started all the way at the back of the grid towards turn 11. Jake Benham going to be, if he can, try and hold up the likes of Alvaro Carlton to allow Jan to get a move done to try and close in more to the back of the Williams, but it won't be much he can do down towards turn 12. As you can see, Alvaro with the inside line ahead of Jake Benham. Can Jake try and go for a bit of a late lunge? I don't think he will. He lets his teammate Jan through as they head now in towards the red zone at turn 12, and it will be Jake also under pressure from Danny Bereznay in towards the red zone at turn 13. Lets off and lets Danny through, and he'll be trying to hold up lots of Duncan Hoffman, Zan van Dijk and Daniel Hjelten, who are going to be on better tyres. So let's see, can Jake try and hold him up? No, he can't really do much to Duncan. He has to try and go for the inside in towards turn 16. Try not to do with Josie Float, please. Jake Benham, no, he backs, so he doesn't have the pace to catch up to the back of Duncan through that section. But you can see, Dan, on this game, the tyre model is so different. These, on the last game, you'd have drivers fighting on those different tyre offsets, but this game, there's just nothing Jake can do to Duncan. It's just a matter of 3 or 4 corners. There's nothing these can do to fight him. So Nicholas Longo, bit of a late lunge on the back of Ben Shabakonyi. 4x from the both of them now. Bereznay going to look to make it 3 wide down towards turn 12. He's got that DRS, he's got that better pace. Can he use some battery? Will use some battery to get himself ahead of the Haas. Then ahead of the Ferrari down towards turn 12 they go, and Danny Bereznay now into the top 5 and has to chase after the top 4. So I think we'll have a very exciting ending.
Of Fabrizio Donoso and Shanaka Clay now in towards turn number 20 already. Danny Bereznay through turn number 20 will make that move stick up the inside of Fabrizio Donoso. Now is going to be all over the rear of Shanaka Clay in towards turn number 1. Will he go for a late move? We know that he loves abusing his brake pedals, and now Danny Bereznay up the inside of Shanaka Clay. Absolutely amazing stuff from the Hungarian driver. Makes it a double podium for McLaren.
To make a move, so now you're not me going to be looking to try and get himself ahead of Fabrizio Donoso. Danny Bereznay on the back of Dylan Warren trying to make a move in towards turn 14. What is Danny Bereznay doing? Trying to make moves everywhere on the grid. He's going to have to try and go round the outside at turn 15. Can he make it work on Dylan? No, he can't. Has to go off circuit there. Does Danny Bereznay try to go for a move? And at the moment, he's looking for a move everywhere. He knows he's quick. He just wants to get that move done. Going to come through in towards turn 19. Can he make the move in towards end? No, he won't. He won't be that silly. Surely will Danny Bereznay. Going to have to get it down towards turn 1 as they head out to the final corner to begin lap 22 of 28. You're on what me also on the back of Fabrizio Donoso, but on board with Danny Bereznay down towards turn 1. He's going to use a bit of battery. No, he's not. He's going to use no battery at all. He's just going to have that pure slipstream down towards that first corner. Braking later than the likes of Dylan Warren pops himself into P2. It's a McLaren 1-2 so far. Jan Rotmeier ahead of Fabrizio Donoso, who's also going to be fighting with his teammate Duncan Hoffman in towards turn 2. Dan, you don't know where to look because it's battling everywhere on the grid.
Points paying position's been a difficult day for him, but starting from the back, that is to be expected. Here comes Duncan Hoffman on his teammate. Further up the order though, Danny Bereznay leading this Grand Prix for the first time since lap number 1, I believe it is, as well, or whenever it was, I don't know, but he's leading once again on lap 22 through on Otis Lawrence with 5 lap fresher tyres. It looks like this is Danny's race to lose at this on Fabrizio Donoso. Further up ahead, here's Alvaro Carlton looking to the inside of Shanaka Clay, former Williams teammate. These two, they both work together now, fighting as rivals in towards turn number 12. They go Shanaka Clay, brilliant defence, and meanwhile further back behind the other Williams of Ishmael Fassi through on Nicholas Longo. Lap 25 of 28. We still got some good few laps of racing left to go in this one, and Nathan, you don't know where to look. Mate, Danny Bereznay, of course, a reserve driver. Otis Lawrence fighting in the McLaren. These two don't have any obligation to work together at the moment. No incentive to do so either. 3 wide further back behind the two Williams and Shanaka Clay. Ishmael Fassi through on them both. Alvaro Carlton remains in P7. Shanaka Clay loses 2 places in 1. That was incredibly synchronized by both Williams to pull to the inside at the same time. And Ishmael Fassi is through with the freshest tyres in this top 6
on this circuit. Further back, Ishmael Fassi gaining Brits, not much of a gain onto the back of Duncan Hoffman as they come out to turn 1 and 2. So we'll see what moves can be made down towards that DRS, and they come through in towards this SE section 3 down towards turn 7, and still Jono pushing more than ever on the back of Dylan Warren. They head through towards turns 8 and 9. He's close enough to make a move possibly in towards turn 11. You can see he's pushing hard, he's using battery on the back of the Alfa Romeo. They're heading towards the breakers at turn 11. He's not going to be close enough just yet as they head down in towards there. So we'll have to see moves being made down towards turn 12 then, but this could get chaotic.
Here they go, final time, the potential final opportunity in towards turn number 12. Danny Bereznay pulling away from Otis Lawrence at the front of the order, but all eyes are on Jan Otmir now, looking to get himself onto the podium as he looks to the inside of Dylan Warren, who's going to heavily defend that inside to the outside line for Jan Otmir. He goes for the move with 4-lap fresher tyres down at Dylan Warren. Will have the move now on the inside of turn number 13 into turn 14 they go. Dylan Warren going to lose that place to the Flying Dutchman, getting himself onto the podium. But as we look to the lead at this race, it is Danny Bereznay. Otis Lawrence was close for a long time in this one, but it is going to be the Hungarian on debut this season to come through the final few corners as Duncan Hoffman and Dylan Warren scrap out behind. Dylan's off the circuit. Through the final corner they go. Danny Bereznay is going to take victory here in USA as they're all squabbling for position further back behind. Jan Otmir in third, Duncan Hoffman fourth, Dylan Warren ends up in fifth as Ishmael Fassi comes home in sixth position. Fabi retires across the line. Something happened with him there, but I think the penalties dropped him out of the points paying positions anyways. But it is Danny Bereznay on debut this season taking the win ahead of Otis Lawrence also on debut, and Jan Otmir just can't seem to break that barrier and get himself into first or second. He'll come third for the third time this season.